And Tasha. And
We are
Kimberly.
turning on YouTube now.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, so you're cooking on that stove instead of the magnetic burner.
Well, it's just so loud and whizzy.
It kills my ears.
Do we need to get a regular one? Hi, is it
You
Shay
go
or...
live on,
I have a regular one. I don't like it.
you go live on YouTube.
Hi, Rosemary, Donna, Barbara. Oh, I'll have to go see if YouTube's looking nice.
so
Des is
good.
on.
Extended family.
Thank you, Des. We always appreciate that.
If we die, we'll will you the children.
What?
Oh, wait. She says she changed her mind. Just kidding. Hi, Catherine.
Wow, we're only down
Jamie,
to 2
Lisa.
kids now.
Well,
That's nice.
soon.
Jamie, my garage selling partner. So you want to hear Jamie and I's garage selling story? Jamie's like, okay, they're having all these garage sales in my neighborhood tomorrow. I'm like, really?
What?
Yeah. So I drive over there, and I was slightly early. We found 2 garage sales.
Oh man.
One in her neighborhood. We had garage selling disappointment. So we
You had garage
had
sale
garage
disappointment?
selling disappointment.
Why? Didn't find anything useful?
Jamie found some bathroom drawers for her bathroom. She found 2 hats. And what else did she find? I can't remember what else she found. I found a game.
Monopoly.
And my
mean,
brother a Christmas present. I spent 50 cents on my brother's Christmas present.
That was popping fire.
And it was Superman hand
He's on here.
sanitizer.
He's on here. What if he's on here?
Patricia says, Happy Friday, tomorrow's my 65th birthday.
Wow!
What?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Man!
And Cindy said I got my soaps this week and the package smelled so good.
Yay!
Yay.
Yes, I got all the soap orders done. They were finished curing on Monday. Thankfully, we got back on Sunday. So I got them out. Okay, so today we're making chicken and pasta, and I'm kind of doing this in a backwards way. Because this uses pre-cooked chicken, meaning use your leftovers up, people. Don't let them go to waste. But I didn't have my chicken cooked. I didn't have any left over from dinner last night. So I'm going to have to cook my chicken ahead of time. But this dinner could be made in less than 10 minutes if your chicken's pre-cooked. Why are you looking up, Ireland? This is working time.
I'm just trying
Not
to see.
stinking around looking at Ireland time.
I'm only looking to see if it's actually part of the work.
Part of what?
Part of the work.
What does part of the work mean?
It means that I'm communicating with somebody that's watching the show and trying to identify the exact spot where she lives.
Ah, your lips are all glowing. Who have you been kissing?
You,
Oh.
I think.
You think? You better know. Okay, so I've got my pasta over here that I'm probably not going to put in just yet because this takes just 10 minutes to cook. So, first of all, Mike, please share, you wonderful hubby you,
Are you sure I'm
the
wonderful?
link to this recipe.
All right. All right, I'm sharing the link
Now,
to the recipe
this
now.
calls for a pound of fresh spinach. Our fresh spinach is ridiculously expensive here, so I just buy the Mike's favorite. And I use about half the amount of spinach because I'm not a real spinach fan.
Ew.
Mike thinks it's great, but oh, I did this wrong. Oh, brother, that's not a good sign when you do it wrong. You haven't even started the recipe. Okay, well, here we go.
Hi, guys.
Oh, a few people are asking if Jill is still here. No, she's home in Kansas now. But she's with us in the text chat. I know it's not the same, but...
Okay, so I put oil in here for my chicken and I shouldn't have done that. And so now I'm going to add water and there's going to be a big explosion. So you're supposed to cook your spinach in your chicken broth. Okay, here we go. Watch out, world. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so cook your spinach in your chicken broth. get it all going yummy here. And while that's cooking, you can be cutting up your chicken if you're going to be cooking it from the beginning. Oh, please ignore. Look at this cup Michael carries around. I buy him the cute stainless steel things and all these, and he still ends up with his Bronco cup. He just loves his Bronco cup.
Actually, it's just my...
Oh, look how what's in there!
My disposable cup that survives.
That was not the water I thought it was. What is in there? Woo!
Some kind of thing that was in the pantry.
Oh, the raspberry agave stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, that caught me off guard. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook for just a minute here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put in I guess I will go ahead and put in now, I am using gluten-free macaroni. Now the picture shows bow ties. I couldn't find bow tie at my store. I just found the panini. Is that how you say it?
Oh, that's pin. I think that's pin or something like that. Panini is a bread.
How do you say this, people?
Panini is a bread
Let
sandwich.
me know.
Outer thingy, shell.
Penne? I don't know.
It might be penne, but I've always
Whatever
said
it
penne.
is, it's gluten-free.
There's
So-
Pinot.
And this was like $1.50, and I'm using a half a box. Actually, I lied. I'm using a whole box, and I'm going to cook it for tomorrow. And the gluten-free doesn't have to be really expensive.
Tasha says penne.
Penne.
Oh, and so does Des. Everybody says penne.
So use this penne then, if that's what you find.
Wow,
So I substituted regular pasta for this gluten-free. And this is one of the ways I eat gluten-free. I don't look at a macaroni salad and say, oh, it's not gluten-free, I can't eat it. I look at it and I say, oh, what can I substitute instead? I can substitute gluten-free macaroni. I don't look at spaghetti and say, oh, I can't eat that, it's not gluten-free. I look at gluten-free spaghetti and I eat it. Now, this recipe is in Dining on a Dime cookbook on page 198. I really feel out of my element here.
Why?
I just feel like I have not done
You haven't
this.
been on the show for so long.
Because I haven't been on the show for so long.
I just pasted the recipe in. Oh, are you talking about the book?
Dining on a Dime cookbook, page 198 is where it is.
We almost forgot this was in there, and then today we were thinking, what are we doing for the show?
So I dropped Jamie off, and I called Mike because Jamie lives across the street from where Mike works at the library, and
You're very distracted today.
I know I'm just not with it today, and
Wait, which one
I
is
said-
what?
I said, do you need me before I go home to look at anything on the business stuff? And he's like, no, and
This
so
one?
yeah. Oh, so Jamie, here,
No.
let me show you.
I need to mark it.
So just as a recap, we're cooking some of the early stuff in the recipe.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm cooking the pasta and the spinach. The spinach is almost done. Here, wait, Dave.
No, I want to mark it.
Jamie says you will reorganize when you design your studio.
Yes. So Jamie made this beautiful binder for me for my birthday.
It's called a planner.
Or planner. Look at this cool thing she made me. Like here I'm supposed to put the show notes. I think. I'm looking upside down. Here she wrote out every single recipe we have.
By page and by chapter, which...
Yep. And then
You
I
can't
have
see
to
the
put the
labels.
date when I did it so I can remember. And then stuff on how BJ's feeling. And then she has all these cool little, look at this
Random
cute
things.
little gnome. Look at this
What?
cute little gnome page she did me. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Jamie. That was so thoughtful, but I haven't had a chance to use it yet.
Give me
So-
it. I'm gonna mark it.
Anyway, I'll do
mark
it, Dave,
this
don't worry.
No.
Alright, so I was in the middle of the story and then I lost myself. Where was I? I got distracted.
Remind me which story you were in.
I don't know. I'm on like 3 stories at a time. So anyway,
So
I have no
she's
idea
in-
what my story was.
She's too much in. Let mom do the show mode.
All right, so I think my spinach is pretty cooked here. Ta-da. Okay, there we go. So then, I haven't made this for 18 years, so I'm making sure I know what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm putting my spinach over here. Okay, and now I am cooking my, oops, I got the wrong oil. Oh well, life goes on. So now I'm going to cook my chicken first. Now, this calls for a half a cup of pre-cooked chicken, but I'm cooking all of this ahead of time so that I have extra left. All right.
Your mom said she was trying to outrun tornadoes all the way home.
Yes, she was.
Oh, you're getting lots of likes and loves.
Yay. Oh, ow. That hurt.
Oh, Debbie says, I love gnomes. That's an awesome binder.
Yeah, didn't she do a good job? I really like it. Thank you, Jamie. Poor Jamie. I know she was disappointed because I haven't started using it yet, but I'm not a binder person. I have to work myself up for these things. You have to work yourself up into organizing. You have to psych yourself up.
Yep. Some more than others. I had to say that on the show. Need one clarification. Whoa.
You do know we're on live TV and I'm handling knives, right?
Uh-oh.
Just
I could
kidding.
have perceived that as a threat.
All right, while my chicken is cooking, I'm gonna get some garlic here. I only need like 4 cloves. But Mike really likes garlic, so let's just go for it. Why not? Yes?
I'm not sure who's talking to me, but Patricia says, what kind of chicken?
Just boneless, skinless chicken breasts.
Whoa, Danielle says it's supposed to get to 100 degrees in 120 degrees in Arizona.
Which is why we do not live in Arizona.
Whoa.
That is crazy. That is way above my comfort zone. Yeah, so Jamie and I's garage selling kind of bombed this morning, so then we went to a thrift store. And I did find, what did I find? I found one thing there, a book. Jamie found pool sticks there that she'd been looking for 6 months. And then we went to my cousin's and she gave us a ton of tomato and mostly pepper plants. I don't even know where I'm going to plant all these pepper plants, actually. I think I got too many. But she had like 70 or 100 left.
Dave, is the show still on?
So
Okay, it was me.
that was a lot of tomato plants and pepper plants. Well, it's mostly peppers that are left. So we're going to be eating lots of peppers pretty soon, in, I don't know, a month or 2. Even though I'm planting really late. Here I'm watching Deep South Homestead and they're showing all their stuff they're getting out of their garden and everything. And I'm like, I don't even have my stuff planted yet.
Were you going to do some of it now after all?
I guess I'll put in a few peppers and tomatoes. I don't know. I don't feel like doing any gardening at all this year. I don't know if I've just worn myself out, but
You must move to Minnesota.
yeah, so guys, let's talk about that, shall we?
Jamie wants to know if you marked this recipe in your planner yet.
Not yet.
I really want to, please. I want Minnesota.
Why
They
do
have
you
pools.
Oh, yeah. So Mike and I have been looking at other states. So tell us what state would be a great state to live in. We don't want heat and humidity.
Minnesota.
So that pretty much cuts everything from Kansas south,
Wait,
don't you think?
Unless we're in the mountains somewhere in the south.
Well, unless we're in the mountains like North Carolina or something, although, I don't know. That would be like a whole totally different, how do I say? That would be like going to another country for us.
Well,
We've never been in the South. I've never been in the South.
I have.
Are people in the South nice?
Yes, generally.
Actually, I think they're very nice from the ones that I've met.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Candy says she doesn't remember the green pan. Is it new? I don't see the green pan.
It's black, and yes,
Oh.
it's new. If you guys saw my review of the copper pan, this is the newest one to replace that. So, we'll tell you what happened to BJ.
Yes. Oh, about the mail?
No.
Because some people are asking about
Oh,
that again.
we'll talk about mayo. We do have a video guide. It's called guys. It's called Surprising Jill, where we talk about mayo. But I'll tell you again in just a minute. So BJ was was driving just down the road. He did not run a yellow light because he could stop. This guy behind him was totally going crazy,
Oh, that.
and BJ stopped at the stoplight. The guy jumps out of his car, gets ready to attack BJ. So BJ runs the red light to get away from him. The guy gets in his car and comes after him, all because he wouldn't run a yellow light.
Well, the car in front of BJ ran the red light, and BJ was next, and he didn't want to run it.
So BJ is on the phone with the police, and he said, yeah, this guy is after me. He said, I didn't do anything, and he's just coming after me. And so the police said, okay, can you turn on this road? And BJ said, yeah, I can. So they turned on this road and caught both of them. And the police said, okay, yeah, you're free. They just asked BJ what happened. No, they didn't even ask him because he told 911. He said, okay, we've got the guy. You're free to go. So apparently this guy has done this
Well,
more
not only
than...
that, he was doing it when BJ
Yeah.
drove up and the police were there. The police actually saw him doing it.
This kind of
Which was
stuff
helpful.
happens all the time. We almost get killed every time we go on the road out here.
The most aggressive drivers we've ever seen in Colorado.
This is as bad as California. It's absolutely crazy. No offense to anyone who's living in California, but it's absolutely crazy. I mean, literally, and maybe it's because we have 5 drivers in our family, that every day someone comes home and says, you're not going to believe what happened today. And it's major stuff. We're not talking little things. Mom, while she was here the other day, the guy drove on the shoulder on the left
We were in the car when that
to
happened.
go around.
So here's one. Jill says, come to Yorkshire.
What's Yorkshire?
It's in the UK.
Oh! So, I don't know. We're here for the moment, but
Not for long.
we're looking for places to go to. Does anybody have any suggestions? Because we were looking in Pennsylvania, and oh, have mercy. For our house here, back there, we could get like 5 acres with a pool, a 3,600 square foot house.
Which is like, well, yeah.
Huge!
So,
I don't know, give us some ideas
So-
or nice places to live.
Rainey says Wisconsin, which is really nice.
But I looked there yesterday,
It might have been a typo.
but I looked on like 6 different houses.
I just have
The
to...
taxes were horrid. We paid $3,000 in taxes for this house. In Pennsylvania, it was going to be $800, and in Wisconsin, it was $8,000 in a small city. Not even a big city.
I think it's really
So Christine says Oregon doesn't have a humidity problem. Although aren't there a lot of tax? I know there's no sales tax, but aren't the taxes generally higher in Oregon? It's beautiful there, though.
Well, see, because when we get our house paid off, we don't want to be having to pay $800 a month in
To
taxes
still live
and
in it.
insurance.
To still live in the house we bought.
And
yeah.
Wisconsin has 6 months of winter and snow, according to Sandra.
Michelle says,
Or
I think
around there.
Eastern Oregon or Washington would be great. Lots of sun, 4 seasons, history, and a lot cheaper than Colorado. I used to actually work in
it's
Eastern
not
Washington.
Cheaper. It's not a lot cheaper. Well, Spokane is, but the taxes are crazy in Spokane. We looked in Spokane, and the taxes on the Spokane side of the border were double or triple, I can't remember, on the Idaho side. If we looked in
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene, They were
Love
like,
Coeur d'Alene.
I don't know, $700, but on the Spokane side, they were like $2,000.
Michelle says Oregon
So-
has nice drivers, and so does Washington.
Well, we noticed when we were in Minnesota and Wisconsin, we really didn't have any problem with drivers, which is just shocking
it was
after our
so
experience
nice.
here.
In Minnesota, you could actually drive around and not worry about being killed. It was crazy.
Brown Eyed Babe said we had a cyclist punch a motorist through the window.
I know.
Wow. So
DJ said, "Mom, I'm going to get my concealed carry," and I'm like, "Yeah, I think we all are."
I was wondering about that.
Mm.
So let's see.
Okay, so just a disclaimer. Normally, this recipe doesn't take this long. Normally, I use when I made it 18 years ago leftover chicken. I don't like spinach, so that's why I don't cook it very often. But normally I use leftover chicken, so it can be done in about 10 minutes. So
Michelle says Oregon is gorgeous all over the state, and if you stay away from Portland, it's cheap. Sandra said here in Wisconsin it has heat and humidity, but also 6 months of winter and snow, which I don't care for. And from Southern California, would love to move back, but it's too expensive. You know, we don't like bitterly cold, but we generally are more fond of cold than heat these days, aren't we?
yeah, I'd rather have cold than hot.
Colorado is often in the 50s and 60s, and it's kind of nice that way.
Idaho was really, really nice. I don't know, we just really don't feel like going back to Idaho. Idaho was a little too secluded. We didn't have Aldi. We didn't have Hobby Lobby where we were. Of course, we were in the boondocks. We had a town of 400 people.
Bella says when you guys move, will you not get to see Jill as often? Well, the reality is if we move to a place like when we were looking in Pennsylvania, we could have our house pretty much paid off and have double the size of house with a lot more land, completely paid
And
off.
build Mom another house.
So we would be able to take all the money that we're spending on our mortgage and go visit her more often if she doesn't come. But she probably would come if we
We'd
lived in a
probably
place
build like
that.
a mother-in-law
Mother-in-law
house.
suite.
Wow.
But
Catherine says I have 133 acres in the Bedford area,
Bedford
Bedford
what?
County, Pennsylvania. Wow.
so I
Wait,
was
I think
looking in
that's Bedford.
Pennsylvania and I was pretty impressed.
Well, actually, Rosalind says Bedford County, Pennsylvania. Oh, okay, so I think they're the same. Yeah. Wow. Whoa, Sharon says they pay $13,000 in taxes in New Jersey for just an average-sized house. Don't come here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, our taxes here are $3,300, but the rest of the town is about $16,000. Because when they built our neighborhood, they built a new taxing district to create the road, which we were irritated about. Melody says we should move to Mexico. Actually, it's funny, I saw some people talking about that because your business is on the internet. You can make the same money and spend a lot less where you're living.
Yeah.
Although Tara wouldn't be able to handle the heat.
I hate sand.
Suburban Hillbilly says humidity will kill you here, but Georgia is what she recommends.
Well, now there's lots of nice people we've met down there, like Suburban and Big Bear, and lots of people who seem really nice down there. But, I don't know, I just don't want to...
So Dixie Girl says, I would love to visit Idaho, never been there.
It's pretty. It's really pretty.
The southern part is kind of flat and open like the Midwest or New Mexico or
Yeah.
something, but when you get up into the mountains, it's really, really nice. So there were a bunch of other people here. Julie says people in the south are very nice, but it's humid here. We just moved to Georgia from Arkansas. And Brown Eyed Babe says visiting the south is like stepping back in time about 30 years. People have manners and courtesy. I have noticed
What a
that.
concept.
Man, I grew up in Texas, and I had been away from Texas for a while and went back to Texas, and I was looking for a ball cap at a convenience store. Everybody was so nice, it was even shocking me. And so this one person at this convenience store is like, oh, we have one at our other location. Here, I'll take you there. And so he asked somebody else to take over and took me to the other store to help me find the thing I was looking for. So, let's see.
Let's go to Texas.
Mary Lee says, my nephew moved to Eastern Washington. They love it. Hot in the summer, though. Actually, I used to work in Eastern Washington at Pullman.
Yeah.
And and it's nice out in that part of the country.
So, is anybody who lives in Pennsylvania? What's Pennsylvania like?
Wow, let's see. I totally missed all these. Janine wants to know whose birthday is next in the family.
Me.
Tara.
Mine is in a month, 5 weeks.
Mine is in a week.
Katie Jo says, I'm in the Pocono area of Pennsylvania.
So what's it like there? Tell me what it's like. I'm curious.
Lisa says, Minnesota. Yes. We actually drove past your house the next day when we went
We
down to the
did.
Mississippi River.
We should have stopped in and said hi.
I know, we should have just surprised you. And Nicole says Pocono, Pennsylvania too.
So I wonder what is in Pocono, Pennsylvania that's nice.
Amber says Seattle has crazy drivers, but up north they're calm. Yeah, Seattle was really pretty, but too huge.
Yeah.
And we did drive up north almost to Canada, but that was quite a few years ago.
Katie Strange wants to know what part of Texas. I live in East Texas.
I grew up in Austin, but my family, a lot of my family was in San Antonio since the 1820s. Wow, lots of likes and loves here, dear. Amy says Georgia is not an option.
Can you give me some of that?
Well, somebody else, I forgot who, was talking about the mountains there and saying the mountains were pretty nice.
Mountains in what?
Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee area.
I don't know, I'm kind of thinking the mountains of Georgia, the mountains of North Carolina, Tennessee, Pennsylvania. I don't know, I just don't have a desire to go back to Oregon or Washington. I don't know why,
Tara,
but I have family there that would be helpful. Pennsylvania has high taxes. What kind of high taxes? Because on the house taxes, when I was looking, it was pretty low.
Charlene says no place like East Tennessee. I see an air-conditioned house during the summer, and the winters are not that bad. It's funny because years ago I went through Tennessee, and it seemed in the summer, and it seemed about parallel to Austin when I was living in Austin. So Teresa says, "Yeah, I vote Tennessee." Jules says Maine. Maine is. I'd like to be by the.
I think Maine would be cold though.
I think Maine would be fun. My problem is I don't know I want to actually live. Like, a lot of these places sound great, but without actually living there, it's hard to know what it would be like to actually live there.
Gotta love that chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, Marina says you can buy a nice house near the ocean in Costa Rica for $200,000.
Well, I was thinking about looking at Costa Rica yesterday. I hear they have good medical there.
Well, we got to thinking if we had no mortgage, because we were looking at houses here in Colorado, and we were going to have to take on a couple $100,000 more if we wanted to get something that's not the same as what we're in already. And we just thought, we don't really want to do that. So,
Dave's just starting high school, so we probably won't move till after that, but
I'm fine with moving.
I don't know, if I was looking around and I just happened to find the most perfect house in the world, we might go there.
Move, so then we can have homeschooling instead.
Janine says I was born in
Yes.
Pennsylvania.
I have electronic friends.
Janine said I was born in Pennsylvania. It's nice in the summer, but since I moved to Georgia in 2005, the heat is so hot. And James says monsoon in Pennsylvania right now. Actually, you know what's funny? If you haven't lived in Colorado, it never rains.
So guys, you don't want to brown your garlic. You just want it barely cooked, okay? So go ahead, sorry.
Oh, Lisa says we should have dropped by her house when we were there. So in Colorado, it never really rains in the northern part here. It drizzles occasionally, but more often than not, you see the drizzle up in the sky and it never touches the ground.
Yep.
And even though we don't miss tornadoes and things, I kind of miss thunderstorms with downpours of rain and rumbling. It was so nice.
Sprinkle in your nutmeg.
Especially when there was so much rain, we'd have all that rain in the ditch.
Yeah.
And then we'd go out and play in it and be like, swimsuits, and it would be a huge pool thing.
Add your salt.
Smoke detectors.
Whoa, it is smoky. It just really
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to smoke up the house. The
Do we
smoke
retell that-
detectors go off, just ignore them. Pepper.
Brown-Eyed Babe says in Indiana, less expensive homes are in towns with fewer jobs. More expensive
But
homes
see,
in towns
job's
with
not an
jobs.
option job is not a problem for us at the moment,
Although if we have to though decide, because when we moved to Idaho,
Yeah.
we ran into that problem. We bought a house in a place with no job, and then when we tried to sell it, we had to pay someone to take the house. But the thing is we would have to, if we were going to go somewhere where the market wasn't really aggressive, we would want to make sure we actually wanted to stay there.
yeah.
Yeah, Michelle says Pennsylvania weather is muggy in the summer and freezing in the winter. I was wondering how cold it is because I know it's...
Well, but it's right along like Idaho was. Is it because it's by the lakes? Those, whatever lake that is up there?
You mean that it's so cold?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think. So...
Okay, so then get
Okay.
everything warmed through.
A lot of people are saying Pennsylvania. And Michelle says there's a lot to Washington besides Seattle. You know, Michelle, I used to work for Northwest Public Television.
We were in Pullman.
And so that was Pullman and the Tri-Cities. We used to travel all over the Northwest, so I am very familiar with Washington, and it was nice. So...
Okay, so now we're going to put our pasta on.
Yeah, I didn't see... oh, you live in East Texas, Katie. Where in East Texas? Like, closer to Houston or further north from Houston? I love the big trees in East Texas, but Tara would melt on the first day there.
Oh, I went to Houston once, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. It was in July, though, so that should tell you something.
Janine says Pennsylvania is the best place, all four seasons, country atmosphere, and yet all the stores you love. And the funny thing is, wherever, if we were to move anywhere, we would not want to be in the city.
Yeah.
Like on the edge of the city would be
tons
okay.
of places.
But out in the country would be fine too.
Okay, so then
Oh, Norma, I love San Antonio.
you sprinkle on your Parmesan cheese there.
Parmesan.
And that's it.
It's Parmesan.
Oh,
You want
yum.
a taste test?
Yes.
Parmesan, not Parmesan.
Suburban Hillbilly says if I could live anywhere, I'd move to New Zealand. Yeah, Elly wants to do that
Well,
too.
yeah. Wouldn't we all want to move to New Zealand?
But then you'd be humming the Lord of the Rings theme the whole time.
Hope it's not too hot. Is it too hot? The sink's behind you if you need to spit it out.
Man, this is my kind of food, dear. This is awesome. We should make this more often. Jill says it's all about the quality of life, and she's right.
It is. And the thing is we have a really nice church here. We love our church. We actually have friends. But
We're starting to. We have
people are crazy here.
Yeah, the driving thing is that we're really concerned about whether everyone will survive.
So then to go with this,
Where's my...
I'm going to make a coleslaw. And that's going to be our dinner.
Hey,
So dinner for $5.
thanks for all my dinner, Mom.
15 minutes if you use...
Gotta cause us an accident.
15 minutes if you use pre-cooked chicken. So there you go.
Oh, Freddie said before you move, rent a place a couple months to see if you like it. That's a good idea. And Sue gave us that idea. We were over in Market Harborough, over in UK, visiting her, and they were renting a place. Sue, I don't know, did you ever buy one, Sue, or are you still renting?
Sue's gonna be here soon.
Melinda says
Wow,
depends on
you're
where
right.
you live in Pennsylvania if taxes are high. She is? Yay,
So
Sue.
where do we move where the taxes aren't high but they're still in Aldi?
So Diane is wondering if you're wearing the London apron in homage to the London fire.
Oh, well, no, but I guess I am now.
Actually, didn't Darren gave us that one, right?
Yeah, I just,
She's
sorry.
wearing it, I think, because Darren, when we met Darren in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do feel really bad for all the things that London has had to go through, and
Well, and we have so many friends over there
Manchester
now.
as well. Yeah, yeah, we have so many friends there, and because Elly and I were over there for a little while, we feel more close.
More connected.
So, yeah.
Causing an accident.
Oops. Dixie Girl said, "Is that spinach?"
Yes. Oh no, this what? This?
Oh, I know where Lufkin is, Katie.
This is spinach. Yeah, this was spinach.
So we made that recipe now, although I'm going to go ahead and share it. And now what are you making?
So now I'm just making up a coleslaw real quick to go with it. So you guys see me make my main dishes and you think, I get comments all the time, well, you don't eat healthy. We actually eat fairly well. The problem is we just eat too much.
Yeah.
And I'll make a coleslaw. I'll cut up peppers and cucumbers and carrots all the time. We serve that. we'll have cooked carrots or
Either spinach
cooked
or
any kind of cooked vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, stuff like that all the time.
So Amira's really excited. She said, "Finally caught you guys online, watching from Germany." Hi, Amira.
Ooh,
It's
well, thank
great to have you.
Man, thanks for staying
Thanks
up
for staying
so
up so late. Yeah.
Good
I think
grief.
it's probably an hour later there than in London, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
Yeah, all you guys who are on here that have YouTube channels, feel free to go post your YouTube channel on our Facebook side if you want. Because I know we've got Jamie, and we've got Bandana Grandma, and we've got I don't know, is Two Family on there right now?
I haven't seen them so far.
Sullivan's on there. Yes.
Dixie Girl asks, "Why do y'all want to move anyway?" Well, honestly, we don't feel the pressing need to
Yeah,
move.
we don't have to move.
But the thing is that we don't really like our house, and it's in a neighborhood where all the houses are really close together. But we had to sell a larger house on a couple acres in Kansas when we moved here, and we had to buy a tiny house in a neighborhood with tiny lots, and it's driving us kind
We're
of
tired
crazy.
of listening to people's dogs. One of the neighbor's dogs attacked our dog just 2 weeks ago when Mom was here.
And
tired of
so,
almost being killed.
but the other thing is the housing here is really, really expensive, and we're looking and thinking we could, if we were to go somewhere where the housing was less expensive, we could pretty much have the house paid off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of appealing. I mean, but we'd like to stay in the sense that we don't know where the older kids are going to do now that they're moving out. And if they stay in Colorado, we'd miss them.
I don't know. BJ walked in after that guy trying to attack him, and he said, "That's it. I'm done with Colorado. We're moving."
Oh, J-Jo, I don't know. She said, "I wonder if Elly received my email about the free book offered on Amazon about the Irish." By James Joyce.
She didn't say. I don't
I'll
know.
have to share that with her and tell her to check her email. She doesn't check her email every day. It's shocking, I know, but our kids hardly use the email,
I
so
know.
when they use it, it's a little delayed, but I will tell her to check it. So, yes, Jill E. says, "God bless us in London." I agree. So let's see. Oops, I lost my place here.
Okay, so just take and make up a little coleslaw here. Well, maybe I'll finish up this carrot.
Dixie Girl says, "I'm 53 and we live in a small town that's growing leaps and bounds further out in the country." Yeah, it's funny. When we were in Kansas, we lived, there was a town on the east side of Wichita which was super, super popular. And people were paying huge amounts of money to live there. And we found a place out in the country 1 mile
1 mile
out of town.
Yeah.
And the price was like a third for our house than all the other houses in that area. So, Bandana Grandma says, "Tara, if you move to Pennsylvania, you, me, and Tessie can do a collab."
I know. I was thinking that. Okay, so normally, oh dear, where'd my book go? Normally I make homemade vinaigrette, which I have a recipe here. Oops, I'm spitting everywhere. Sorry guys, how rude. Page 165 is usually the vinaigrette I make. But this I got at Aldi for us to eat while we were there, and we ended up not eating it. So,
Anna's back from Sweden.
back.
Anna. Well, yeah.
Oh,
She's
she's
just
on?
checking in again.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so this is some vinaigrette from Sweden. Ah,
You're getting lots of likes and loves, dear.
thank you guys. Do you guys love me as much as... Oh, never mind. I won't ask that question. Sorry. Won't ask that question.
I love you. What are you talking about? I tell you like 20 times.
Well, you
more
do,
than 20
yes.
times.
But
a
you
day.
have to love me. Okay.
Oh, whoa, that sounds
I don't have to, but I do.
All right. So
not
then
required to. It's not a requirement.
we're a little bit more on. So the thing I don't like about these things,
Oh, Nicole wanted to know what page is that recipe on.
198. Oh, the coleslaw?
No, I think that, well, I thought she meant the recipe.
chicken and pastas on page 198 in dining.
They are asking, though, about this one, too. Janine's asking what are
So
you making
this
now?
is just, this isn't in the book. Although I'm thinking about putting it in my gluten-free cookbook that I'm supposed to be writing. Okay, so here we go. Let's see.
So,
Oh, yum. Your
This
wife,
is some good food, people.
your wife is a good cook. Salted. The world needs more salt. Yum.
James said,
actually
"Move to
good.
Pennsylvania from Central Florida and love it here in Pennsylvania."
Mmm. Yum.
I had friends that moved from Austin, Texas, to Florida, and they lasted about 4 months, and they came back and said, "It's too hot in Florida. We're moving back to Texas." So it must be really hot in Florida.
Okay, please. I
And
don't
BJ
wanna-
says winter storms in the southern part of Pennsylvania are not as rough as in the northern part.
So the southern part.
Oh, Tanya says no tax on food in Ohio.
So
No
here.
tax on clothes in Pennsylvania. Interesting.
So here I heard that. Oh shoot, where did my brain go? Let's see. We're talking about no tax on food, and oh man, what was I gonna say? I can't remember.
So Barb is asking, what did you cook? And I will share that recipe again.
I made chicken and pasta right
Page
here.
198.
Yummy,
which is
delicious.
super delicious.
Super, super good. I have a question for you guys that I need help with, aside from the moving question. So, I got this bag of, oh man, didn't mean to do that. Of,
James says house available next to mine in the Pittsburgh area.
oh, that's what I was going to say. Is Pittsburgh the one that's on the west side of the state? No, it's,
So I thought it was on the east, but I don't really remember.
well, whatever big city you guys have in Pennsylvania that's on the west side must be Philadelphia.
Oh no, Philadelphia's on the
Philadelphia's on the east.
on the east.
So Pittsburgh is only 300,000 people.
Really?
That's only the size of Wichita. So, anyway, so I
That would
have,
be an unexpected change for me. Uh-oh, Buster's back.
so I have a question. So we're making dryer balls out of this free llama hair I got, llama wool. And Mom and I made up two, and to keep it circular, because this is how it ended up. So this is how it ended up. But to make it into a circle, we put it in a pantyhose, and then we felted it in the washer and dryer. But the pantyhose got embedded in the wool. So that didn't quite work out like we thought. So what could we put this in to make it a ball, all you smart people like Bandana? To keep it into a ball, but that wouldn't get it all embedded. I'm kind of thinking this project may have been a disaster, but
Well,
don't know.
Denise said, why don't you guys buy a compound and all of us will live there as one big family? Cheaper all
well,
around.
so here's one thing I found in Pennsylvania. I found a castle there yesterday. I forgot to tell you about the
found a
castle.
castle?
Yes, a real castle. So I found a 13-bedroom house. Cool house, super, super cool. And they said it could be used as a bed and breakfast. I thought we could have a living on a dime. They could come visit us and bask in our glory and our knowledge.
Or they could just play video games with it.
And or just play video games with
Spinach.
Dave.
Oh, Susie and Nicole were both asking, what was the dressing that you used in the...
This one is the garlic vinaigrette from Aldi. But I thought, we could have a living on a dime B&B, and people who want to come visit us could just
Airbnb, but it's living on a
rent
dime.
rooms and come visit us.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah, when Emily and BJ and Elly are gone, then
Oh, Julie wants to know, says, I'm new here. Please tell me what book y'all keep referring to. I want the book, but I need a link. I am about to share the link, Julie.
It's
Thank
our
you.
Dining on a Dime cookbook right here. 1,200 recipes and tips to save money. And we also have our new How to Save Money on Groceries e-course coming out July 1st. And until July 3rd, you can get it for $14.95, which is 40% off. And it includes 380 pages with recipes and tips on how to save money on your grocery bill that are different from Dining on a Dime. And we have 10 videos that go with it. Yes, Dave?
wrap that stuff in you wool yarn.
Huh?
Yes, Pittsburgh is on the west.
Russell and Nora says wrap the wool in wool yarn for the dryer balls. That's what she did.
Oh.
Well, at least I think that's what she's referring to.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the sock? Because some people are saying sock, cheesecloth, tool.
Yeah, but can I use those in the dryer? Will they absorb the water as much then if I do that? So what she's saying is taking like this beautiful yarn I got from Bandana.
Well, probably less.
Karen says, I think you're supposed to use 100% wool. It's smooth. I wasn't paying attention to your question, so I'm just referring to what people said. And Kim says, try mesh bags from onions.
Yeah, but I think the plastic would melt, wouldn't it, in the dryer? I think the plastic might melt.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Bye, Katie Joe.
And, oops, oh dear, I think I just, okay, how do I find the end for this?
We'll have to ask Bandana. Aw, Homestead Tessie said, thank you for you know what. You've blessed me in an amazing way.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I sent her a book.
Aw.
So she lives with, let me see, is it no electricity and no water? Is that right? I can't remember. I'm getting all my homesteaders mixed up.
Bonnie said, I saw the sign, I kiss better than I cook at Hobby Lobby, and I started to get one.
See, you could be just like me. Oh, well, first of all, you got to do that.
You gotta prove it to me.
I got to prove I kiss better than I cook.
That was a pretty
to
good
you.
dinner, so you're gonna have to
Start smooching.
Yep.
Okay, Bandana Grandma, how do I do this? Oh my goodness. Oh no, Sullivan family, how do I do this? Wrong person.
Jamie says no tax on food in Firestone. Better stay close.
Oh, that was
Actually, it sounds like about half the places where people live, there's no tax on food. Don't worry, Jamie. We're
Don't
probably
worry.
not going anywhere real soon.
Jamie, you could come with us.
Okay, is Sullivan family on here? How in the world do I find the end for this?
Bandana
Sullivan
Grandma was
isn't on.
talking about her 2,000 subscriber giveaway.
Ooh, yes, she has a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. I have the same mop bucket she has that she's giving away. Oh, I found the end. I found it. And she is almost to 2,000 subscribers. So go subscribe, and one of her subscribers is going to win one of her mop buckets. And I have the same one, and it's a very good mop bucket. I love it. Also, for us...
Dolphin Man says, don't forget to take the pantyhose off first. Oh, never mind. I was like, not realizing
Well,
what he
that's
was
just
talking
it.
about.
I can't take the... Where'd it go?
No, I think he means...
I can't take the... Oh, off
take
my
them
body.
off yourself. I didn't realize when I said that what he meant.
Funny. Very funny. We are almost at 50,000 subscribers, and we are giving away one of Mom's
Amazing
aprons. And she even wrote her special Seasoned with Love on there. Mom was interviewed by O Magazine today on how to fold a fitted sheet.
Oh, they did end up interviewing her? Finally, after all these contacts
After
from
all
Oprah.
these years, Oprah kept contacting us, and we never got on the show because, like, one time we were supposed to be on, and September 11th happened.
And then they totally changed her whole schedule, obviously.
Yeah, then that's all they were talking about for good reason. And then another time we went to go get on, and something else major happened. I can't remember what it was. But Oprah called us several times, and then Dr. Phil called us, and we never got on there. Okay, so is this what you guys are meaning to do? I don't know. Is that what you mean?
Oh,
Let me
Rosalind
check.
said, yes, I made my dryer balls like that wool yarn.
So then just like this, or do I do it all the way so it's solid? That's what I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Freddie says don't use that expensive yarn, please. Too late.
Well, I know. That's what I was thinking. I think I would rather not use this really expensive yarn for a dryer ball.
Oh, Bonnie Boo says, I can cook and kiss even better. Whoa.
You better not find out.
No, I'm saying I need you to...
You know you're turning beet
show
red.
me your... That's because it's 1,000,000 degrees in here from all this cooking.
Yeah, whatever.
What did you say from you?
Do we need to go on a date afterwards so I can
Oh,
prove
that would
how
be
well I
fun.
can cook?
Oh, that would be great.
Or I mean, how well I can kiss.
Hey, Penny said I unexpectedly got out of work really early today, just in time to catch you guys.
Penny!
Hadn't seen you in a while, Penny. We're glad you're here.
Yay!
Vernon says Pennsylvania is very cold and wet. I mean, very cold, and I have a friend that lives in Snowshoe, Pennsylvania. Oh my.
I don't know. I was thinking like mid to southern Pennsylvania on the western side a little bit more.
Jeannie says, just found you guys on Facebook, letting my granddaughter Emmeline watch you for the first time.
Hello!
She has an interest in your easy chicken pasta recipe, although we made it already.
Right here.
Oh my goodness.
It's super delicious, and
Yep.
I hate to not be eating it, but
Super
I
delicious.
love you guys more.
On
So
Google, there's only one person in front of you from How to Fold a Fitted Sheet, and that's because they advertised it.
Mhm.
And
And they're
Emmeline,
paying for it to be in front.
Yeah.
sorry, Emmeline loves your Monopoly
Crazy.
apron too.
Thank you. I got this from Darren in London. So thoughtful.
Turid says you can use the wool to have outside of your soap. Then you can have felted wool soap.
Yeah, but here's the
Does
thing.
wool shrink though when it gets
It
wet?
shrinks, but then when your soap is gone, you have this blop of wool and you can't reuse it. That's the only reason why I haven't done felted wool, because to me, that's a waste of good wool.
Patricia was wondering what the ball was for.
So you wet it and you wash it and then you dry it and it shrinks to half the size. So it'll shrink and be this size, and then you put them in your dryer and it's supposed to tumble and dry the clothes quicker. So
Karen says the Lancaster area is very nice and lots of shopping, and you would love it because Tara has a fascination with the Amish.
I do.
And Lancaster's a big Amish place, right?
I did look there yesterday. I think that's where I found the 13 house B&B and all that.
Did you make sure it has power?
Oh, stop. No, I did not use mayonnaise in this coleslaw. It was just an oil and vinegar one.
I think it was Karen asked, how is BJ doing? So you want me to do short version, or do you want to do short version? That's fine, you can.
Go for it.
Well, actually, how is he doing?
He's not feeling any better. He's been sleeping for 3 weeks almost. 3 weeks on Monday. 2.5 weeks. Every night from 11 until 10 or 11 until 8 or 9. But last night he couldn't go to sleep till 5 in the morning, he said. But he did get up.
What they told him to do?
He did get up at 8 still anyway, but he's not really feeling any better.
'Cause
So,
yesterday he told me he was doing a little better, but not as much better as he wanted to be.
yeah.
So he's doing that. So if you didn't catch that video, he does not have Lyme disease. But what they think is it's a sleep problem where it's kind of like chronic jet
Sleep
lag.
deprivation.
And they gave him a big plan for resetting his body clock so that he's back. And they said that can cause all those symptoms, and it can be pretty debilitating for people. So glad we figured that out, but hopefully that'll work.
Yeah. So Charlie says Missouri, North Carolina, South Carolina, or Kansas. I don't know if I could live in Arkansas because they don't pronounce the state right.
Peggy says 5 acres. I don't remember where Peggy's from. Peggy says 5 acres, 5 bedrooms, craft room, family room, office, 3 full baths and living room, huge kitchen. Come for a vacay and see it. Where is that, Peggy?
Where's that at? So ball all these together and wet them with hot water and just smush them? Would that work? Or would it fall apart?
What? This is it resumed.
Everything on my computer's dead.
This is a stopped and that resumed.
Okay.
Because these are really short pieces. Mom wasn't kidding. Good grief.
Sorry, it looked like we maybe had a little hiccup there if you guys missed it for a second. Not sure what happened, but...
So one of my friends at church has alpacas, and this is what she gave me to make my wool balls out of.
So Barb says might take time for him to get on a normal sleep schedule for himself. That's what they said. But I think he was thinking he could just do it quickly.
Well, they said 6 months online, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. So Tammy, we froze briefly on YouTube and Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
But it was not very long. So I'm glad we're back. Sorry about that.
Ugh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this around food.
Janine says, love Amish country. My family way back were Amish. Mary says, I love the Amish. Used to do a lot of business with them in Michigan, but now that I live in Texas, I miss them. Yeah, we used to get those giant cinnamon rolls in Kansas.
Believe me, I know enough about the Amish to know it ain't all happy-go-lucky. Yeah, I know enough about it. But I've always wanted, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a hermit and go live in the mountains by myself. So it's kind of strange that I have 5 kids and live in the suburbs. But, you know, I guess we don't always plan, right? But I always wanted to be a hermit and live in the mountains with no electricity and that kind of thing.
Yeah, but when I met you, you told me you wanted 6 kids. So
Well, I
we're not working with the hermit thing.
I don't know.
What?
So, do you guys think I could just wet this with really, really hot water and it would shrink? I don't know.
Like while
I
you're
should try
holding
it.
it?
Sorry, Susan says I was
Yeah,
knocked off
wait,
the site 2
your
times.
phone.
Sorry, Susan, we apparently froze
Never
just
felt
briefly.
wool. This feels
And
so.
sorry it destabilized everyone for a
That's-
second there.
It's so fluffy.
Dave, are you keeping an eye on that? Because
Yeah, but where do you find cheap wool yarn, guys? I don't know where you find it. BJ says that is where we would be happy.
Oh,
Where would we
so
be
what
happy?
what BJ said earlier. Let me go back to there. Sounds like you sound like Maine people to me. And she says, sounds like that's where you'd be happy. Honestly, I always thought Maine would be cool. When we were younger, we had never been to Idaho, and we were looking for some place that was more Colorado-like, and we it was almost like throwing a dart at the board. It was kind of like, oh, we've never been to Idaho. We don't know anyone from there. Never seen any pictures. Let's go. But now I think we're not quite in the same mode of wanting to do quite like that. So a number of people have been asking the whole show about Dave, whether he got contacts or where his glasses are.
Oh, I'm not wearing them right now.
He just took them off.
But your vision isn't that bad, right?
No, it's just the glasses and the computer kind of hurt my eyes.
They have a computer screen on them to kind of keep down the computer light, but also you need them a little bit.
Not
of
a
vision,
computer
right?
screen on the glasses. They have a coating on the
That's what I
glasses
meant.
for this computer screen.
That's what I meant. A screen.
I can just see
To
the
screen out.
emails. What are you doing getting your kids?
No, I meant
Google
like to
glasses?
screen out
I know. Yes.
Dolphin Man says, I choose Taste to Live by what their car license plates look like. Only thing is, in a lot of states, you can get, like in Colorado, you get 50 different ones.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if I could just put them in a big pot of boiling water, Nebo. That's what I'm wondering.
Homestead Tessie says, I'll never move from my roots. Pennsylvania is my life. See, I wish I felt like that about somewhere, but we've just
I have
been
never felt
nomadic.
that way.
I felt that way in Austin when I was growing up, but I went back 5 or 6 years later, and all the people I knew had kind of drifted off into another life, and everything, it wasn't home anymore.
I've never felt that way about a place I lived. I would love to do that.
Dolphin Man says
But-
Pennsylvania touches Lake Erie in the northwest.
Oh, yeah. I looked in Erie, Pennsylvania yesterday.
And Sharon loves Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So,
Well, maybe I should just drive out there tomorrow and check it out.
well, you know what we should do is we should just, since we're likely to stay here for another few years at least, we could maybe just go visit people in those places, and then we'll know which places we like the best.
Or maybe I could just leave tomorrow and go check it out.
I'm sure I can cook nachos or something while you're gone.
Have Dave nachos.
TJ, do not mess with a fidget spinner. You got that from Jimmy.
So I hope I'm allowed to ask you this, but Mary said not to change subjects, but oh, it's for your mom. Never mind. Okay, so I'm probably not allowed to ask you that. So look away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did I mention
didn't see
Donna
anything.
said you can get a 100% wool sweater at the thrift store and take it apart? There you go, cheap wool.
Oh, duh. Yeah, I could do that. Hello, I wasn't even thinking. And I saw a wool hat at a garage sale today. What garage sale was it? I remember. It's the garage sale over here. Your friend's garage sale, Dave. I'm going to run over there. Well, they're probably closed now, but I'm going to run over there tomorrow and see if they still have it. That is a brilliant idea.
We had some other questions we might have missed. Turid had mentioned that her son is 20 years old today. Yay,
Happy
Turid,
birthday!
tell him happy birthday. And Katie Jo had to leave, but she had said earlier, I had a garage sale last weekend and they were ready to close and we were practically giving everything away. That's the best time to go.
Yep.
if they haven't gotten rid of everything you want already.
Oh, suburban hillbillies tearing apart the fridge. Oh, I know. That's a pain, isn't it?
Well, she said if she had known what it was going to be like, she would have saved it for another day. And when we were making the recipe, Tasha said spinach with a little salt and vinegar, yum. I like it with a little, well, vinegar would be better, but I like it with just a little bit of butter and then some.
Actually,
salt.
Bandana, I have just left my compost and like pumpkins and cantaloupe have come up and tomatoes and peppers have come up and I've just let them grow in my flower beds and that actually works pretty well.
Eileen asked, which is cheaper, homemade lasagna or a bunch of Aldi's to feed my family of 6?
It depends on what you put in your lasagna. If you use cheap ingredients, then homemade. If you don't, then just buy a big one at Aldi's.
Janice asked, does your family like this recipe?
No.
I love it.
Mike loves it. I like it okay. I'm not a big fan of spinach,
Have
but
you
I'll
actually
eat
tried
it.
to feed it to the boys?
But my boys don't really like spinach very well. But I
They
guess
say,
we should.
I don't like green food. Sorry.
Hashtag Lord of the
Okay,
Rings.
what movie is that from?
Lord of the Rings
Oh, I think half
references
of the
for
people on
life.
here will know.
I should give away a book for somebody who knows.
Let's see, we've already done all these. Oh, when you were doing the seeds, Bandana said, just throw the seeds out the window like
Yeah.
you did with your peelings. There were a lot of other people talking about other places. KS7391, I'm not sure who that is, said, South is great, live in the mountains of North Carolina. That's where, well, one thing that we didn't tell you guys about that is that area, isn't that North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee area, isn't that where like all the Dolly stuff is?
Mhm.
Tara is just crazy about all the Dolly Parton movies and all
Appalachian. Mom
that
used
kind
to
of
play
stuff.
the dulcimer, so I like Appalachian music, bluegrass music.
But I think kind of like when we went to Idaho, we might find that we don't understand some of the people.
Yeah.
We were in Idaho. We thought nobody liked us
It was like a whole
because
other country.
the communication style was different. And then when we were going to leave, everyone started telling us how much they missed us. But the way they communicated was so much different than what we were used to that we didn't realize that.
Norway. Actually, I went to Sweden. I really loved it, so I'd probably love Norway too.
Yeah. BJ asks, what is your church? We go to a evangelical free church, which is kind of a non-denominational church. It's
Sort
based,
of,
it's
yeah.
Bible-based.
It's a denomination, but it's not.
It's a denomination, but it's not a denomination. It's
Yeah.
a denomination that basically says if it's in the Bible, we follow
believe
it, and we don't add any other rules besides that.
Yeah.
Darren wanted to know what's for dessert.
There is no dessert because we're trying to lose the weight we gained in Minnesota.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, did we answer? Patty said Iowa. You know the funny thing about Iowa is
No.
it's
Too
probably
hot and
too
humid.
hot and humid, but it was a lot prettier
It's pretty.
than we were expecting, I think. Of course, I had seen it once before. I don't know why I forgot. But Charlie says North Arkansas, Missouri, North Carolina, and South Carolina, you'll have nice summers and actually 4 seasons.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering because Missouri near Branson seems like it might be not too bad in the summer, but other places
Oh no.
seem like it would be totally Kansas-like. Yeah,
It'd
really
be Kansas.
hot and humid.
Okay, that wool really got to me.
Oh.
Now wait a minute. If
Dave-
I do these
Dave-
roll balls on our clothes, I'm having a major allergy issue right at this moment from doing this wool. Is that going to cause us allergies if I use it in the dryer?
Oh no. Please no.
Oh yeah, Penny says it's a great church. I forgot she came. She came to church with us when she was here.
Yep. We
Uh,
took our first viewer meetup and we took her to church with us in the first 5 minutes we met her.
Hey, what's up, Penny? Let's go.
We didn't
to
surprise her with that.
No, we didn't.
We asked her ahead of time if she wanted to come. So, Susie says, "What about Estes Park?" Oh, you know what? If it wasn't so horribly expensive, and I guess it's a little far away from.
It's hard to drive because it's almost an hour, not quite, 45 minutes to drive up and down the mountain. We used to live in Estes Park.
You have to drive up and down
But-
a lot for
With kids,
with
it's too hard at
kids,
the moment.
for supplies
Yeah.
and things. And for schools, we weren't too sure. Oh, Laura said, "Finally got to see the show. I've been busy with my dad's funeral." Oh, sorry, Laura.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, we hadn't seen you in a while, but I'm glad you're here.
Go up and see if anybody answered my allergy question, because now I'm wondering if I'm going to all this work and it's going to cause us all to have allergy issues.
So Mary Alice said, I always say it's a church that agrees to disagree on certain subjects, Bible-based, but okay to see something. So basically, what I think that the phrase that we often hear is in essentials. I forgot what it
On
is.
the majors,
On the major
the
things-
majors are non-negotiable. The minors are negotiable.
Because there are a lot of things that people argue about.
So minors would be like women wearing skirts only, would be a minor. A major would be
Did Christ come to
certain
die
thoughts
for our
on
sins?
certain thoughts on marriage would be a major. Did Christ rise from the dead? That would be a major. So yeah, so those kinds of things.
Oh, Mary.
But-
Okay, so this Mary must be okay with you knowing this now. She said, I didn't want to interrupt, but do you have...
Oh yeah.
Mary said, I didn't want to interrupt, but Tara, do you have a gnome towel holder?
I do not. No, I didn't even know there was one.
Oh, and Pamela says she hasn't seen you slap the table. You did once or twice, but
Did I?
go for it. Come on, people.
If I'm not in the spirit of... Well, watch me slap the table. We're going to be putting together
What they do it for you?
a video again where I kind of go off.
Oh, whoa, let's do allergy.
We filmed part of it yesterday. We're reworking a video, so...
DJ says, with regard to the wool allergy thing, you're going to want to stop handling the wool and wash your hands. 'Cause I think-
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
before I eat Devon. But I
and
was
the
wondering,
seals.
is that going to cause allergies if I use it in the
Well,
dryer?
Rocio was asking, do you get allergies from wearing wool sweaters?
I don't know. I just my nose is just about ready to itch off my face. I'm going crazy.
My nose is running really bad from that.
So I was like, is this something that goes away, or is it something that it's going to be in all of our clothes?
Karen says Western North Carolina and the Asheville area is wonderful. Lots of pretty towns nearby, and people are
Yes.
friendly.
And I had
Do they
looked
drive
there.
okay? That was our concern in Colorado.
We could be friends with Justin Rhodes.
We'll have to go meet. Oh, thank you, Phyllis and Cat Lover. They're saying Happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day, honey.
Aw, thank you.
I better go shopping tomorrow. What do you want?
Everyone keeps saying, "What do you want?" I'm thinking, I don't know.
He has nothing he wants.
Although Dave and I are going on a hike tomorrow.
He wanted
That'll be
an
good.
awesome hike
Yes.
with his favorite kid ever.
Aw. Yeah, Dave and I. So last week when we came back from Mayo Clinic on Saturday at like 9:00 at night,
Yeah.
and Dave's birthday was the next day, and he said,
Let's go on a hike.
Dad, let's go on a hike tomorrow. Well, when we go on those hikes, a lot of the places we go, we have to get up like at 5:00 in the morning. So it was kind of a quick turnaround
Yeah.
for that.
I didn't really.
Dolphin Man
Alright.
said I lived in Iceland and Lapland, Finland. I was curious about
I was in
Iceland.
Lapland, Finland. I was there. I loved it. I was there on midsummer, and oh man, it was sunlight all the time. Elly, here's Elly. Say hi. She just woke up from a nap. Are you going to parkour?
Oh,
So tell them what parkour did to your body.
you're so sore.
She said, every muscle in my body hurts.
Oh, J-Jo is asking if Uncle Dave's wife received all the fridge magnets yet.
Not yet. We're going to do a live, well, maybe a live show. I don't know if we're going to record it or do live. Probably record it, actually. We're going to do a show on that.
We were planning to go there from Mayo before we came back. But it turned out that the boys' birthdays were there and we were just completely worn out.
Yeah.
And we were trying to make it back in time for one of the boys' birthdays. So we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. But we want to do it soon so it doesn't get too far out from
Yeah.
the fact that all you guys send us all these amazing magnets for her.
Yeah, so we're still planning on filming that. So we sent him back with Mom, and hopefully in the next week or two we will be able to film it. So I'm sorry it's taken so long. I know she's gonna love it. So
Treasure your time. Oh, that's Tammy. Says, today's my husband Nick's birthday. Happy 35th.
woo, happy birthday!
Happy 35th, Nick.
Yay!
Yay. Bandana Grandma says, I'll probably be up your way with the neck. Oh, she's talking to somebody else. Tessie. Oh, darn.
Here, I thought she was coming here.
Gonna say, if you come here, we'll take you up in the mountains.
Oh, did you get one of our viewers sent you an email, Jojo, about a free book on Amazon that you might like?
J-Jo sent you something, but it's only free today. So she said you might want to check it out.
I didn't look at my email today.
She
Okay.
didn't check her email, so she'll check it. All right, guys. Happy Father's Day, dear.
Thank you.
And any other dad.
And
that's
all
out
the
there.
other dear fathers.
Thanks for. Oh, Dolphin Man says we love your family, Mike. Yay!
Oh,
I do too.
And if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a family.
Oh.
Or vice
He's
versa.
like, ew. See when they're old enough to do the math. Yes, Anjanette says I'm truly blessed, and I am truly blessed.
Do you remember that when we fight?
Yes. Well, we don't fight very badly.
You guys fight in a more argumentative kind of way, not throwing punches at each other way.
No, we better not.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
What?
Picking up the whole. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Happy Father's Day. Please visit us at Living on a Dime. Buy our book. Buy our e-course. It's only on sale till June 3rd on how to save on groceries. And we will see you next time.
On Monday. Yeah. Oh, and as we're going, Bella said, you guys are totally my favorite YouTube family. Thank you, Bella.
We're somebody's favorites?
Yep.
Wow.
We'll see you later. Yeah, Dolphin Man lives in northern mountains
See you
of
later,
Georgia.
guys.
I'll have to come see him sometime. Bye. Thank you.
I cut on Facebook, YouTube, bye.
Oops, I wasn't supposed to be.